Hello, my lovely Leo, and welcome to your weekend general energy reading. Please do remember this is a general reading, so take what resonates and toss the rest. Also, check the other signs that might be in your chart in case they resonate with you more. If you do enjoy this reading, please do like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. It helps my channel and it helps get to other Leos. We are going to do a general energy reading. We will be using this deck for your general energy, this deck for your challenge card, and these three decks for your clarifiers. So just in case you were wondering, we don't do reversals as this is just a general weekend energy read. So let's get right to it for our lovely Leo, shall we? All right, I'm excited. It's almost the weekend. Whew. I know it's been a long week for me. I don't know about you guys, but well, actually, I do know about you guys now. All right, so we have the Nine of Swords, which lets me know it's been a long weekend, a long week for you guys. You guys have been stressed out. There's something bothering you, something that's caused you to miss some sleep. You've been a little bit stressed out, a little bit worried about something that could be a relationship, could be finances, could be job, money, that kind of thing. However, you do have a Page of Swords coming in, potentially bringing in some good information, some good opportunities. This Page of Swords could be, it's kind of a quickly moving in card that is going to bring you something that I don't feel like it's something you expected. So I do feel like it's kind of something that I don't feel like it's something that you've been stressing about and you all of a sudden get the news. It could very well be, but that's not the energy kind of that I feel. That may resonate with some of you. If there is something you've been waiting on, it finally does come through. Hope so. That would be great. But more so, I just feel like you guys have been really stressed out about something and then you get some news, an opportunity or some kind of a breakthrough, if you will, that allows you to feel a little bit more like you're less stressed and more hopeful a bit, because your last card is the Three of Wands, and that's it's something where it's not the Two of Wands, right? So that's more of a decision card, and the Four of Wands is more like you're on solid ground. You're more at that stage where you're kind of in between. You know what you want to do, you know what you need to do, you're just how to make it happen, right? You're surveying, you're kind of in a thought process of how do I make that happen kind of situation. So, you've got some sort of opportunity information coming in, and it could be very well something that you've been stressing. So if it's, opportunity for a job, or income, something like that, if you've been stressed about money, that's likely what this is referencing. And you're kind of deciding, okay, how do I go about making this work for me? How do I go about making this happen in a way that is going to be the most lucrative, or how do I work it with my schedule, or how do, it could be that you got an opportunity for an additional, side hustle or an investment, and you're trying to think, okay, how do I actually get the money to invest in this, or, where do I rob Peter to pay Paul to make this happen, because I know it's going to work. I just need to, the logistics. Or it could be, you've been struggling over a relationship and you get relationship news, that, something new is coming in. Or maybe the person you've been worried about comes back. Or they're there and they open themselves up. Okay, I want to reconcile. I'd like to reconcile everything. But now you're kind of like, okay, I'm not sure how to go forward with this, because we've had so much baggage. We've had so much that we've come through. I do want to reconcile with this person for sure. I do want things to work out. I don't want to, you've already made the decision that you want this to happen, but how to make it happen without it being like a major undertaking or problem, because you have been through so much, could be another situation. It's easier said than done a lot of times. So I do feel like for some of you, if it's a relationship, it's somebody that you've had a relationship with coming back, or could be a new relationship coming in. If you've been worried about, I'm going to be alone forever, if you fit in that category, this is somebody coming in as an opportunity. But again, you're kind of like, I'm not really even sure how to move forward with a relationship right now. I'm so busy with work or kids or whatever you've got going on. But if this is a person who is coming back to you because you were so stressed out with the relationship, you guys may have had a split or something, or a tiff, or you were on and out, and this person comes back and says, okay, I'm sorry, I want to work this out. this Page of Swords is really like an apology to you. If that's the case, then you're really trying to figure the best way to go about that without carrying a grudge is really the hardest part, over what's happened, without trying to bury the hatchet and get over it and move forward. But we'll get some more information here. Let's see what your challenge card is first of all. That will help us a little bit, I think, to see what kind of issues you might have going forward with this. And then we can certainly get some clarifiers over here with some oracle decks to kind of give us some tips and advice on how we work through this. So your challenge card is the Chariot. So again, I think that's, again, what I feel here is that you've been struggling with a relationship. Maybe you guys have been on the outs, back and forth, up and down, that kind of thing. And this person's coming back to you and they're apologizing, and you do want this person back. You do want to make this work. The question is how to make this work, because there is a lot of water under the bridge here, a lot of baggage, a lot of issues, a lot of, there may have been some infidelity, there may have been some lies, there may have been some deception, could have been a lot of things that, on one side or both sides, that you just feel like, how are we going to even make this happen without, looking back. And your challenge is moving forward. That's your challenge. How do you move forward? That's going to be the problem. Adversely, if this is something that your personal challenge, and again, what category you would fit into, what resonates with you. But if your challenge is financial, work, stresses, that kind of thing, and this is an opportunity coming in for a new option for job or financial gain, and you're trying to figure out how to make that happen, your challenge may be that it's going to require you to actually make a physical move. You may have to, in order to make more money, in order to invest or be part of this new opportunity or plan or job or whatever. It's a great opportunity, that, but the logistics are, going to be difficult because it's going to actually require you to make a physical move. You might have to go somewhere, move somewhere, or even just be something where you have to travel farther to work every day and you're kind of weighing it out. Is this going to be doable? I've got to balance that with all the other stuff I've got going on in my life and the time frame and how to get there and when, am I going to have time to get back to get my kids and yada, yada, all the general logistics of it ultimately. So that could very well be what it is. So, depending on which category you fall into, if what your biggest stresses are lately. But I do feel like the movement forward is your biggest challenge too. And whether that's the movement in a relationship or the movement, in a financial position or a job position, I definitely think that's going to be your challenge. And I really feel like it's more of a logistical challenge. It's something that, how do we get through it? It's not the matter if it's a relationship. It's not a matter of do you want to. You definitely want to. You've already decided that. This isn't a decision card. This is like, I already know I want to build that foundation. I just have to figure out how to get there. Same thing with the job. It's like, you want that piece, you want to do it, but is it logistically going to be something you can move forward and do? But let's get some clarifiers here, and that might help us out a little bit to answer those questions. That's what we're here to do, right? All right, my lovely Leos, what shall we do? What shall we do? What kind of information can we get? We've got this 9 of Swords. So we do know that you have been under some stress. You've kind of been up against it a little bit with something, worried, and we don't want that. So let's see if there's anything that we can get here to help give you some advice. So the Sacrifice comes up, and sometimes it says, sometimes surrender is painful. Cutting away all that needs to go, illusions, obsessions, addictions. It's a sacrifice to love. So again, I think they're telling you right there that, you're going to have to make a sacrifice to move forward. Now, the sacrifice may be, if this is for work, you may have to sacrifice picking up and moving to another place, sacrifice your comfort of more commute. You may have to sacrifice several things to make that happen if that's the case. If this is a relationship and you're wanting to get back together with this person, and I really feel like that could be for a lot of you, I think it's just telling you that the sacrifice may be painful. There may be a lot you have to go through. But you have to decide what's worth it to you. Is it worth it to you to sacrifice getting back together, knowing that, you know, you may face those things again, but you also would have that person. You really have to weigh out the sacrifice because, you know, you can go to counseling, you can do things like that, but, you know, will it change it? And again, the challenge is moving forward. So you have to decide, what can you sacrifice? Illusions, obsessions, and addictions, those kinds of things. Are you just addicted to this person? You know, is this just an obsession with this person? Are you just obsessed with not being alone? Or is this somebody you truly love and it's worth the sacrifice to, you know, to stay with them no matter what it takes? If it takes years of counseling, if it takes putting all of their misgivings behind them, that kind of thing, is it worth it to you? So that's something that it's telling you, you know, you're going to have to really consider that when you decide to move forward. But let's see what your moon card says. That can give us some more clarification, hopefully. So peace, and that's the waning crescent moon. And that's just telling me that ultimately your movement forward is, your goal is to move forward to peace. And you know that that's the case. But in my intuition here, it is telling me that you already know that this, what you want to do. So I feel like you have to make a sacrifice for peace. That's what it's saying here. Again, you have to ask yourself, what sacrifice is it? Are you going to sacrifice this person? And evaluate the person, evaluate how they, you know, why are you so interested in this person? Is it possibly that you're just addicted to them? Is it possible that you're codependent? Is it possible that you just don't want to be alone? Or is this someone that you truly love? And if it's someone that you truly love, well, you will certainly sacrifice your time, your effort, and your energy to make this work. If it's not, then they're not really much of a sacrifice anyway. Go ahead and move on without them, and go ahead and have your own peace there. But if not, you can go peacefully knowing that you have made a sacrifice of your time, effort, energy to maybe go to counseling, put things behind you that you normally wouldn't, those kinds of things for this person. So you're going to have to make a decision based on, you know, really evaluate your thoughts before you move forward about this person. And I think that's exactly what this card is telling us. You know, you've made a decision, but you're really evaluating, you know, what you want to do with this person as far as moving forward. Because you can love them or think you love them, but, you know, they still may not be something that you can put behind you, all that they've done. And then our last card here to clarify on that is the universe rewards motion. What guided action can you take? So again, it's telling you moving forward is the best option. So it's your biggest challenge too, but it's telling you that you will be most rewarded with peace if you move forward. Now, the question here for you is to really evaluate this person. If it's a relationship, evaluate when you move forward. Is this a person that you can move forward with, knowing that you guys may have had some stress and strife involved, and only you will know that, because you know how deeply they harmed you or hurt you emotionally, mentally, whether we're talking about just it was a small lie that you guys have been fighting about, a little white lie, or whether there was full-on infidelity over years, you know, that kind of thing. Only you will know whether it's worth the sacrifice, or whether you need to sacrifice them in order to move forward, to have peace. But the only way you're going to have peace is to move forward. You're going to have to get over this challenge of not moving forward, because the only way the universe is going to reward you is to move forward. So you're going to have to you're going to have to decide what you want and move forward on it. You know, you see it, you're surveying it, you know, you've got to go, you know, you've got to do it. You just haven't figured out how yet. And that may be what you're trying to do right now, is decide, is this something that's best for you? But if this is a person that you truly love, you will not, you know, and you know that this is something you can eventually trust, or you would rather be with them than not be with them, regardless of how much they've done in the past. You can easily put that behind you. You know you can. Then, you know, that's for you to decide. And that would be, as long as that's going to bring you peace and you're okay with that, then move forward for sure. But whatever you do, do not stop, do not stay still do not quit. Do not, if they offer you a job opportunity, don't turn it down. Move forward with it. If it's an opportunity of a relationship that you know that you want to take, move forward or cut it off at least. But keep moving, because that's the only way you're going to be able to get anywhere. That's the only way you're going to get to peace. And that's the only way you're going to be rewarded by the universe for that, with the peace. So I hope this was helpful for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this gave you some insight as to what to do, or you kind of relate to it in some way. If not, check out one of the other signs. Otherwise, I hope to see you back next week for my general readings for the month of March for all the signs. Bye.